We hope everything's okay.
Treating ourselves to some cake this morning.
Another electric night tonight.
You could just eat out the pot.
Well,
save a dish. And usually for us, we're up and off really early this morning.
Hello, boy. Might be a girl.
And here is evidence for the prosecution. Stu's just going to see. We're not sure he locked the door. We do this every time we're out. Decide to see if we can get a closer look at this impressive natural view.
We're supposed to have magical powers. I'm guessing this is the entrance.
Improvisation. Welcome back to our Winter Island adventure. We're just leaving Donegal town where we've spent 2 fantastic nights.
So let's recap where we're at on this trip. It's now February and we're on day 28 of our adventure. We caught the ferry over to Larne in mid-January, not knowing how long we would last, and indeed whether we would enjoy a winter trip in Harry and not just endure it. We travelled north from Larne through Northern Ireland, where we had a few challenges with the weather and Harry. The trip has delivered way more memories than we expected. We then passed across into the Republic of Ireland at Derry, and then hugged the coastline, and in the main following the Wild Atlantic Way as our guiding principle.
Our plan now is to follow the coast, and when the time comes to go home, we'll track back across the centre to Larne. And as you can see, with fresh blue skies, it's a perfect winter's day for travelling in Harry.
We hope everything's okay. But as we got closer, it just turned out to be that the farmer was having a bonfire.
We've taken a little detour to Enniskillen today and found a cafe at Ashwood Garden Centre.
Treating ourselves this morning. Treating ourselves to some cake this morning. And chocolate.
Very nice it looks too.
You got red velvet, I knew you'd go for that.
We've made our way to Glencar Waterfall, where we're thinking of stopping the night. The car park has a public toilet, which every van owner knows is really handy. There's a short walk that takes you up and around the waterfall. With all the storms recently, it's perfect to see waterfalls, and I am sure that we're being treated to this impressive view. The waterfall is mentioned in the poem written by W.B. Yeats, and it's called The Stolen Child, where the wandering water gushes from the hills above Glencar in pools among the rushes that scarce could bathe a star. We seek for slumbering trout and whispering in their ears.
I can feel another hot chocolate coming on.
The rain gives way to a calm winter's afternoon and evening in the valley.
Another electric night tonight, so I'm going to do pasta. First of all, I'm going to cook the chicken, the onion. It's got some herbs in, and it's got onion and it's got pepper in. And then I'm going to add some mushrooms a bit later on and courgette pieces. And then I'm going to cook boil the pasta separately. I'll take that out, boil the pasta separately, and then add it all back into the pot with a sauce at the end. So I'm just going to put the power on. So the only thing with the Bluetti is that sometimes the plugs don't go face back. They've got this sort of inset lip, but I've just got an adapter which works perfectly well, so it's not a major issue. So that's just on the first setting. It's around about 250, 260 watts if I remember right. Just turned it up to the highest setting just to get it cooking a bit quicker, and that uses about 650 watts, which is perfect for obviously the 700 watt device on the Bluetti. I won't use it too long on this because it really cooks fast at that. You can hear it. I shall be turning it down now. So we've just taken the meat out now, it's cooked, and the onions, and I've just put the pasta in. That will just take about 12 minutes. So it's boiling away very quickly, that is. Portion control's gone out the window. There's 2 bars gone on the power, which is okay. I mean, it'll do 2 meals, that will. And this is a longer meal, this does.
Yeah, if we'd had rice.
Rice, it'll be done by now. Yeah. It's just because we're doing them.
Yeah, it's a shame. I did look out for some fresh pasta because that would have cooked. But they didn't have any. I haven't seen any actually. No. In fairness, I didn't look for the first few.
You might get some in a delicatessen if we saw them, possibly. I don't know, but I'm just not that many delicatessens. No. It smells good. The pasta looks really nice, actually.
Yeah, we can always have it tomorrow. I don't want too much. You could just eat out the pot.
Well, save
a dish. In fact, we both could. Just dig in with it. Yeah, true. That's true.
Let's see how we go. Put that back on to keep it warm. That pasta looks really nice. Just about cooked. I think I need to cook it in the water a bit more. But it's there, so right, it's cooked.
We've managed to control the hobnob situation.
The packets lasted 3 days.
Yeah, amazingly.
It's a world record.
It doesn't last 10 minutes once we open them.
I've just had one. I was going to brush my teeth and I thought, no, hang on a minute. I better have a hobnob first.
Luckily, I've just brushed my teeth. Otherwise, I'd be having one too. Unusually for us, we're up and off really early this morning.
So it's 8:30 in the morning and we're out the van and going for a walk, believe it or not. We're just down the road from the park up at Glencar Waterfall, and there's another little stop called the Devils Chimney. It's just a 30-minute walk. Parking's pretty restrictive, to be honest, but if you get here early or late, it's probably, or out of season, there's not an issue at all. So for us, it's not a problem. So it's about, I think it's 1.2 kilometres, like I said, in 30 minutes. Got our boots on, and the sun's come up, so we should be in for a nice little walk. I think that's where we're heading, where that waterfall's coming over. That's the Devil's Chimney, I believe. Fairly happy, aren't they? With their little paddock. Looking good condition, isn't they? Lovely coats on them. He got in there. You're supposed not to, somehow he's got in there. In great condition. That's a great view, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here, little boy. Might be a girl.
You can tell that a lot of care has gone into this area. The woodland in places has been coppiced and paths created. And it unfortunately looks like they are having issues with tree carvers. Path gives way to views of the waterfall as you gradually wind your way up to it. This waterfall towers above us, and the whole area has a fantastic feel to it.
So it's a bit of a climb up, but they've got a really good path to it. Not a huge amount of water, but it's a stunning location. I presume it's privately owned. There's little pathways to the waterfall and various pathways to views, various views and that, looking either down onto the loch or up to the mountains and that. We got it to ourselves as well, which is even better.
The moss-ridden trees in this area gives it a really spooky feel. And to be honest, we walked a little faster looking behind us frequently, which just shows how the mind can play tricks on you. Some of the caves, for safety I guess, have been blocked off.
And Harry's down there.
And here is evidence for the prosecution.
So we've just completed the walk. It's about 40 minutes, maybe an hour, depends on which tracks you go. There's a few little view loops and that you can go. Definitely worth it if you're in your area. There's a couple of walks down. It's a beautiful part. So, you know, it's just one of those cases of don't just hug the coastal roads. Come inside inland bit and there's lots of lochs and things to see. Definitely do that. Don't just hug the Atlantic way. I'm going to carry on driving now out to Mulagamore today. Again, got a couple of stops off on the way. I think Mullaghmore is well known for its surfing tides. I think it'll be quite calm today actually.
Now I believe this is the Darttree Mountains that are above the falls area, but please put us right on that if we have it wrong. If you like what we do, please help us by sharing with your friends and clicking that subscribe button.
Eroded left. So we just parked up at Benbulbin Forest car park. We're going to go for a walk. I think we're in County Sligo as well. So we're just going to go for a walk and see if we can get some pictures of this rock, which is really dramatic, to be honest. There's low-hanging cloud at the moment, but I think it's just about to be burnt off, so hopefully we'll get some good shots. So just before we got to the Forest car park, we went to a coffee shop. It was like a drive-through, equivalent to a drive-through McDonald's, to be honest. You go to one window and the same chap took your order and payment, and then he came out the next window and actually served it. But he was really nice guy. He's telling us, ask us what we were doing and all that, but he gave us a few tips, a few places to go and see. So it was really good. So it was good hot chocolate and a good coffee. It was £5.98, so not a bad price as well. There's a height barrier, unfortunately, so we've managed to find a space on the outside of it. Yeah, unfortunately there wasn't a big car park for motorhomes and campervans.
Stu's just going to see. We're not sure he locked the door. We do this every time we're out. Big reveal. Go on. Trouble is, you do it so automatically, you don't even think about it. I do it all the time when I'm out in the Mini.
Fancy having that in your back garden.
That'd be a holiday home.
Yeah, holiday let, do you think?
So, although at this stage we're a bit walked out, we decide to see if we can get a closer look at this impressive natural view. This is the very impressive Benbulbin mountain in County Sligo, and it sits in an area that's sometimes referred to as Yeats Country, after the writer and poet.
I wonder how high that is.
You can ask questions and I can tell the answer.
How high is it?
I should imagine that would be some task walking to the top, but I should also imagine that it's one hell of a view on a good day.
It's really difficult to take in the scale of it, other than you can see the sheep keeping the grass down on the lower part, and the ridges and undulations down there coming down.
Benbulbin was shaped during the Ice Age when Ireland was under glaciers. Originally it was a large plateau. Glaciers moving from the northeast to the northwest shaped it into its present distinct formation. So, we've seen these and we've discovered it's a Yeats, the poet trail. And from a distance I thought it was a coffee shop. From a distance. Obviously it doesn't look like that now. This guy's been absolutely up Harry's backside, even though we're doing the speed limit. There's lots to see in this area, and it's not too far away from Creevykeel Court Tomb that we saw on Google Maps.
Well, it's supposed to have magical powers. So Creevykeel is one of the finest cork cairns in Ireland. It was built in the 3rd millennium BC. It's got a wedge-shaped mound, burial chamber. I'm guessing this is the entrance.
I reckon it's I think it's 3,500 BC, but it's never been dated.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, so it's quite probably difficult to date them.
And I have to say, this is a really impressive site for its type.
It's a big site. Bigger than I thought, actually.
This monument is one of the finest examples in Ireland of what is known as a full court tomb. and is an impressive 50 metres long.
There's another chamber here. It's overlooking Mulagamore over in the distance there. We're heading there next. Just happened to see this on the Google Maps when I was zooming around. It's bigger than I thought it would be.
All this walking is making us feel peckish, so we're on the hunt for a lunch stop with a view, which, as you can imagine, is never an issue in Ireland. After a few brief pull-ins along the coast road, we decide on a harbour view at Mulagamore.
Sure you don't want?
No, thank you. You probably could turn that upside down. Improvisation.
You what?
Improvisation. Nice.
Yeah. So that's Asda sourdough.
Aldi.
Aldi. So that's Aldi sourdough with the pasta that we made last night, some leftover. Cheese. 2 cheese, just some cheddar cheese. And then on top there's some Parmesan cheese. And I've got ham on mine, Jane hasn't.
And in the background there, that's those mountains that we saw before. And we take a quick stroll around the harbour to walk off our lunch. They've got some very clever toilets there that are hidden. But not hidden enough. There he goes.
Many fishermen in, unless they're out. Well, we'll leave it there after a busy day as we continue cruising in the late afternoon, hunting for a place to chill out and stay the night.